When I was very young and having philosophical discussions about the existence of God, we have friends who, every time they see me, remind me that I once said that the best proof for the existence of God is the music of Bach and Handel.
Well, a lot of the time people think that classical music is a little stodgy and not too much fun. And I'm really hoping that tonight they will have a really good time and enjoy hearing the arias and just enjoying the experience.
Well, tonight is a contest. It's sort of based on the Idol TV programs, but in this case it's about who can best sing in the Baroque style, an aria. Our group specializes in music of the Baroque era, and which we try to do in historically informed style. But since we really like this style of music, we thought we would encourage singers to get interested in it by having this contest.
We had to make sure that they were amateur musicians, which means that they don't get their major income from music. They had to supply 2 arias from the Baroque period. We had several entries. We had 12 actually, which was great, and we had said that we would select 8 from those 12, and a group of us got together and we numbered them all so that we didn't have the names or the teachers or the accompanists, and listened to them all and arrived at a final decision for 8, and those 8 will be performing tonight.
Tradition there, and I think that sometimes with the affectation.
We have 3 judges for the contestants. Brian Jackson is a judge, and Brian Jackson was a member of, or was the director of the Kingston Symphony for a number of years in the 80s, and he has been a conductor of symphony orchestras right across Canada and the States and even England. The second judge is Aurora Dawkin, and she is the director of music at St. Mary's Cathedral. And the third judge is the director of Melos, the musical director, David Cameron, and for 44 years, I think, he was the musical director at Chalmers United Church.
The second time, make it really of the weeping quality of the material. I've talked far too much.
Well, I think if you've watched the stuff on the television, I think I'm the kind of nasty Simon Cowell Brit, which I won't be. Anyone who stands up and sings to the public, you know, that's your instrument there. You can't blame it on the reed, or one of my strings went wrong and wrecked the piece. So I'm admiring anyone that stands up and sings alone. We don't have recordings of what Bach and of this period, you know. There are plenty of recordings of 20th century singers performing, and we can listen to YouTube and watch how people perform all this material. But it's still an person's interpretation of the 20th century of an art that we really don't know much about.
The music that the kids will be singing this evening is mostly from the Baroque period. And the Baroque period goes from about 1650 to 1750, give or take a few years. People would recognize the composers of that period: Bach, Handel, Purcell, Vivaldi. I think everybody has heard music by these composers, particularly Pachelbel, the Pachelbel canon that everyone has at their wedding. And so most of the selections they're doing are either from opera. Handel wrote a number of operas, or oratorio or cantatas by Bach.
I've been singing for as long as I can remember. Both my grandma and my mom were private voice and piano teachers, So naturally, both my brother and I ended up going into music as well. I'm studying in my second year at Queen's University for music, and I'm a vocal major. And I hope to get my Bachelor of Music and end up teaching at one point, just following in my grandma and my mom's footsteps.
My voice teacher told me about it, and she recommended it to me, and I haven't done a lot of Baroque music, so I thought it would be a fantastic opportunity to get to know a little bit more Baroque style and get to know the nuances and learn some more of the repertoire. I've been in singing competitions for, I guess, since I was 10, so I'm a little bit, like, I'm used to the competition aspect of it, so it doesn't really make me nervous anymore. At this point, it's more of a, I guess might sound a little bit like a cliche, but it's more of a competition with myself to see what I can do, and the more performances I can get, the more experience I can get with a specific song and how much more comfortable I'll be with it.
For me, it's about, since I am only in second year, but it's more about getting more experience in a professional setting and like in competing and everything with people who are at my same level and even more advanced. And yeah, I'm just here to have more experience with that and more experience performing.
I think for everyone, it's a chance to present music to the public. For the singers, for the young singers especially, it's a chance to put something on their resume that they've been in a competition. But it's also a chance for them to spread their wings and say, here I am, listen to me.
I think competitions get people interested. It's hard to build a career as a musician, so we hope this gives all the contestants a little bit of a start.